It is with a heavy heart that I announce the passing of my closest and dearest friend. Ash had a good long life. This video is the telling of that life. It all started on the island of Taiwan in December of 2006 that Ash came into this world. He was immediately adopted as a puppy, but after 4 months with his new owner, he was given the nickname Mogwai, or Demon, in Chinese, and sent back to the pet shop. One afternoon in April, I just happened to be passing by that pet shop in the night market near my home when I saw the most adorable husky puppy I had ever seen. I stared at him for a few moments, then moved on, but I couldn't get him out of my mind. He had such big, beautiful eyes. So, for the next few days, I kept going back to that pet shop, rain or shine, just to look at this beautiful dog. And finally, after much deliberation, I decided to take him home. The first night was almost the last. He went into his crate at night and immediately started howling non-stop for hours. But after that, I kept him, and he stopped crying and slowly grew up, having plenty of adventures. He used to sit on my scooter as I would take him on road trips up into the lush mountains in Taiwan. Almost every Sunday was an adventure. It quickly became one of my favorite things to do. When I discovered the river park near my place, I developed a love for running, and Ash would join me every time I went. He was actually the one that kept me motivated and got me out there. Ajay. What? What? What do you think? What? What? What are you thinking? Ashay? You wanna go? You wanna go? Okay, let's go. Let's go. Okay. Every evening at 7 p.m., no matter what I was doing, he would come up to me, sit down, and start to have a conversation to get my attention so that I would take him out. He eventually made it so that I couldn't focus or continue on whatever I was doing. I needed to take him out. He was the best friend that I needed while living in a foreign country. I would talk to him as if he were a person. One-sided conversations helped me think about things in my life. Just looking at his face made me feel a happiness that I didn't realize how important it was until he was gone. At the end of 2012, I returned to Canada with Ash, as well as Lilia and Echo. The three of them managed a 20-hour plane flight from the other side of the world back to Toronto Airport with no accidents in their crates. It was actually amazing. Ash was about 6 years old when he arrived in Canada, and it was also an exceptionally snowy winter that year, and the moment he saw snow, he lost his mind. He would spend hours out there in the freezing cold, and you couldn't convince him to come in. I started taking him to dog parks, which was another thing that he had never experienced before, and he loved that too. As time went on, Lilia and Echo both passed away, and it was just Ash by himself. This was an incredibly sad time for him. He would just lay around with his little stuffed animal and look depressed. So in the end, we decided to adopt a new little brother for him to keep him company. This is where Steel came into the picture. Ash's depression immediately changed into annoyance at Steel's arrival, but quickly he learned to accept this little ball of fur. As Steel grew up, he quickly picked up everything that Ash showed him, from learning to pee outside to sitting and playing with tennis balls. Ash just enjoyed all the new hikes we got to take, and all the trails he got to sniff. As time went on, Ash started having health problems. He developed hypothyroidism. He also developed skin problems that would give him hot spots for the rest of his life. He was such a good-natured dog, though, that he never got angry about being itchy all the time. I was able to give him all the medication that he needed to live a long life, but at the end of 2020, he celebrated his 14th year, which is much longer than most Huskies lived. He still loved to eat, but he developed something wrong in his ear that would cause him a lot of grief, like an itch that he couldn't scratch. This would cause him to wander around for hours with a tilted head. So in the end, on January 6th, 2021, I made the decision to have a vet come to our house and help him pass on. We took a nice final walk and he ate an entire rotisserie chicken for his last meal, as well as every treat he could manage. At 11:30 on Wednesday, January 6th, I said goodbye to my best friend. I can only hope and pray that there is an afterlife so that one day I can see him again. Thank you very much for taking the time to listening to my telling of Ash's life. I appreciate that very much, and I hope you have a great day.